To some people, a Kirby is just an overpriced vacuum. Well, it's really not. What you're paying for is a home cleaning system. It's designed to do more than just one thing. It actually does many things. For example, you can remove the vacuumy bits and put on what I call the pig snout. I didn't coin that term, I heard it, but it's applicable. Put on the pig snout, put on a handle, and it becomes a different machine. One that can use this, a spray gun that was included with my Kirby. It has a foaming attachment that when used with Kirby carpet shampoo, foaming shampoo, well, it does other stuff. For instance, add a hose, and I'm going to be adding a second hose here. This is the exit port. That would normally go into the vacuum bag, but when it's not a vacuum cleaner, it becomes a blower in this configuration with the pig snout. I'm adding a new hose. This is an aftermarket hose that I purchased, and this is more a neurotic thing than a necessity. The standard hose works for both vacuuming or blowing, but when it comes to blowing something through and out, I want to use a clean hose so there's no dust in it. So I picked this one up. The included hose I use when it's in canister mode, and this one I use when I set it up like a blower. And you can see here just how well the Avalir 2's motor works as a blower. That's a lot of air output. But nothing I'm doing here, of course, is set up for carpets. This is set up for windows. I told you, home cleaning system, and I have windows in desperate need of cleaning. Like this one and 3 others, yesterday I was in 100+ degree heat indexes cleaning the outside of 4 windows. It was brutal and took over an hour, and that was outside. Now I need to tackle the inside of these Window World windows that I haven't cleaned in way too long. You can actually see the haze inside, especially when I run my finger across it, which is where the Kirby comes in. Cue the sprayer with the carpet shampoo, actually a multi-purpose foam. And I know from watching Kirby reps and YouTube videos that I can clean the windows with this. First, I need to mist them down. This is so the foam can glide easier and sort of self-squeegee down the windows. And there's a dial on this sprayer to control output, and this is the part where then I would start foaming, but as you can see, I messed up. I forgot to add the foaming attachment and instead laid down a very substantial amount of liquid. But you live and learn. This is actually my first go at this. Even though we had a Kirby when I was a kid, I never cleaned windows with them, and I don't even remember us having a foam sprayer. But I got that foam sprayer attachment in place, and look at this foam. Glorious foam. Now when Kirby reps do this, I always see them do a thick layer of foam up top and then horizontally karate chop it to break the tension. And then the foam does the rest. But I used way too much pre-spray, so things are especially runny. And here you can see it's working its way down. The magic of foam and gravity. And you may be scratching your head going, carpet shampoo on glass. Well, this is my chance to see if this is marketing hype or an actual solution. I've seen Kirby reps say this foam is 80% air, only 20% water, and that it's non-toxic. I've even seen them make a foam mountain to let kids play in. I'm not going to do that, at least not on camera, but I can tell you that it's supposed to clean the windows and that it smells good. And here's the before. Remember, I made that line so you can see the muck there. Now let's go to the after. You'll see just how clean this actually made the windows. It's unbelievable. So much difference that my reflection is actually showing up better than it did before. I could barely see myself, now completely visible. But what about all this leftover foam? Well, that will disappear over time. I've seen some reps recommend running a vac over it once it's done because all that dust it cleaned off the windows will be there, and some just wipe it down as they go. Now, I would leave this. I even decided to time-lapse this so you can see it drying, but you can also see me drying because that sill, that windowsill there, that is not painted. That is primed wood. That's new windowsill. I didn't like the idea of, even though it was 20% water, 80% air, I didn't like the idea of 20% water sitting on primed, not sealed wood. But considering how little of this foam is left, after just a couple of minutes, I don't think I was in any danger, but I'm a very cautious person. If left long enough, it would completely dissolve and there would be a little dust left that it pulled off the windows. That's where the Kirby's duster attachment will come in handy. For this video, just know this is precaution, double precaution, because this is only primed wood. And because that overzealous misting that I gave at the beginning, before I put that foaming nozzle on, some of that sprayed down here too. The end result, a clean window. I mean, just look at that. Noticeably better in minutes with no scrubbing or ammonia-based cleaners. Any small spots I see are actually leftovers from the outside. Maybe I should do this on the exterior as well. Regardless, the inside noticeably cleaner and no scrubbing. And it's fun. Foaming guns are just a blast to mess around with. So much so that I refoamed the window for no other reason than to just have fun doing it. Note that this time I forgot to lay down the fine layer of mist before, and even doing it wrong, the foam still glides down the glass just like I did it properly. So that's a forgiving cleaning, and it's cleaning as it goes. I guess a double cleaning. Just a little bit slower. I don't know, is this kind of defying gravity a bit? No, it's actually surface tension. Look it up. As much fun as I've been having foaming up this kitchen window, an east side kitchen window, I have other windows that I cleaned outside yesterday. For instance, in my living room, another east side facing window. And I'm going to be honest, I don't know when was the last time I touched this one. I got the outside yesterday, but the inside, you can see, it's just nasty. A quick cut to the foam action because I forgot to hit record, and once again, I forgot to lay down a fine layer of mist. Fortunately, the foam shampoo works so well on glass that even missing a step doesn't seem to affect the results. It does glide down a bit slower and slightly less uniform, but it still cleans the glass. Another outstanding result in just a couple of minutes. 2 for 2, let's step it up a bit at my north-facing window. This is a biggie, a large picture window on the front of my house. I remembered to lay down the misting coat this time, so it's sliding down the glass a lot better, and as far as settings go, when it's foam, I set it on max. The results at this picture window, the most stunning yet. I cleaned the outside with glass cleaner yesterday, glass cleaner and towels. It took me over 20 minutes just on this one window. Cleaning the inside less than 2 minutes, and most of that was setting up the camera for the time lapse. Like all my other windows, this one too has a primed windowsill, so I'm wiping up anything touching the wood and let the other dissolve. And I didn't film this, but I went back with that duster brush attachment and vacuumed anything left. Success on 3 windows, and that only took about 15 minutes. The only fail was with one of my Window World windows. That run that you see, that's on the outside of the glass. Apparently their seal isn't exactly airtight between the 2 panes. Well, at least I know it's not watertight, but that little bit of moisture, if that can get through, I guarantee you air is getting through. I could tell you a whole story about my Window World experience. Comment below if you'd like to hear that. It's a doozy. These windows will now be a part of my regular Kirby cleaning ritual. I'm seriously considering doing this for the outside of the glass from here on as well. One fill of this reservoir did 4 windows. You only saw 3, but I actually cleaned 4. And there's only a few capfuls of actual shampoo in here. Most of that's water. Good job, Kirby, an investment I'm happy to have made. What are your thoughts on this method for cleaning windows? What are your thoughts on the Kirby? Comment below, and thanks for watching.